Hi everyone and welcome. Today we'll make spinach, bell pepper, and cheese stuffed meatloaf. It is suitable for any occasion, from weeknight dinner to a celebration. I like that it's quicker to make than a roast and less messy than pan-fried meatballs. Let's grease a big casserole dish in which we will bake the meat roll and put it aside for now, as well as set the oven to heat to 200 degrees Celsius or 430 degrees Fahrenheit. To prepare the meat, let's add an egg to it and all the spices: salt, ground black pepper, sweet paprika powder, cumin, and thyme. To make the meat more flavorful, I will also add to it onion, garlic, and carrot. I will chop them small, almost blend, so that they give flavor and moisture to the meat, but are not in noticeable pieces. Let's add onion, garlic, and carrot to the ground meat and mix with clean hands everything well together. The meat is ready. Let's prepare the filling. I need to defrost the spinach, so I'll put it in a microwave for a few minutes. It can also be defrosted in a small pan on the stove. I want the spinach to be as dry as possible, therefore I cook it for a bit longer than just to defrost and leave it to cool. Now I will cut a piece of red bell pepper in thin slices and cut the curly ends off. The spinach has cooled, so I'll add 2 generous teaspoons of cream cheese to it and a little bit of salt, about 1/4 teaspoon, to have the spinach creamier and lighter in the filling. The spinach is ready. To roll the meat, I will use a clean plastic bag, which I will cut open to have a big rectangular piece of plastic. Let's put the meat on the plastic and press it thinly into the shape of a rectangle, trying to have the edges somewhat smooth. I will spread the grated cheese on about 2/3 of the meat rectangle closer to me. I am using a mix of cheddar, mozzarella, and Gouda. Other semi-firm cheeses should be fine too, so use the one you like. The next comes spinach, which I will put in one strip a few centimeters from the end closest to me. Try to leave a bit on both sides of the meat without the filling, as the filling will spread there when we roll the meat. I put the spinach filling to the whole width of the meat, so the ends of the roll will be open. And let's arrange now the bell pepper strips on the spinach and spread the small pieces over the rest of the meat. I will put a little more cheese on top of the spinach, and let's carefully roll the meat now with the help of the plastic. When rolling, I'm pressing the meat so that it is firm and there are no empty gaps inside the roll. I will press the ends closed as much as I can. If you want to be able to close the meat roll ends, leave a bit more space without the filling on both sides. With the ends open, some of the filling will come out while cooking, but the filling will be also in the last slices of the roll. And let's move the meat roll to the casserole dish. As much as possible, make sure the roll is smooth without any cracks, as those will open while baking. Cover the dish with a piece of aluminum foil and put it in the oven to bake. I bake it for about 30 minutes covered. Then remove or lift the aluminum foil. It is better to leave the aluminum foil higher above the dish so that the fat does not splash in the whole oven. And bake for another 20 minutes till it has browned and looks cooked. Remove from the oven and let it cool for a few minutes before moving to another dish and decorating. And enjoy! Thank you for joining me today and see you next week. Bye!